director Eric Rich, and writer Brett Osinoff,
Yeah, the
and
Tiller twins.
they are the team behind a very twisted short called "Stalled," working title "Toilet," and yeah, that's premiering at SlamDance this year, and it's great. Gentlemen, how
Thank
are
you.
you guys?
Oh, we're doing fantastic. Like
Doing
we
great.
premiered today. It was awesome.
Yeah, how was it received?
It
It
was
was
very well received. Everybody oohed and awed. It was
yeah.
great.
We got a lot of reaction because it's like it's subversive and weird, and you don't. I mean, it's a Slam Dance is an arty kind of interesting festival, but it still is like a prestigious like hoity-toity thing. So I didn't know who was going to be laughing, who would be clutching their pearls, but like it went over really well. Like we got like a lot of contacts. People keep coming up to us and like saying nice things. Like it's great.
That's awesome. Yeah, SlamDance is kind of the punk rock version of Sundance.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can kind of get away with a little bit more there
Hmm.
Exactly.
and play with a little bit more edgy stuff. So can you tell us about Stalled?
Sure. We Stalled was an idea that came up to us together during lockdown. We'd been home forever and like separately and we're playing like Xbox and Dungeons and Dragons and just stuff. We've been like in communication with like a group of our friends and like we'd heard everyone's stories. Like it exhausted. Like he had nothing interesting to tell me at this point. He was dead to me. And then randomly we're just bored one night playing game or maybe it was during D&D or something and like he just goes one time when I was in Miami like a little kid tried to crawl into the stall while I was using the bathroom and like that was our night. We were like nope, this is it. And like just a million questions and like what if this happened, what if this did you feel this way, and then that was the birth of Stalled. Is
Oh,
like what if the kid got in, what if he refused to leave.
yeah, I was going to ask you how the idea came about, but it was like, okay, well then like, how many other awkward situations did they play with? I mean, were they like, okay, what's worse, But okay, so a kid
We
climbed
had
into the
20
stall.
something in the original script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to
So
whittle it down because money exists. And like just like we couldn't do like we had ideas for days. Some of it was very expensive, very big, like broad, like big sets we'd require. But like we got down to what we thought kind of distilled it to its essence.
so what tell me about the original what the hell happened?
So I was 15 years old. I was in Miami at a mall in Florida, and went to after I was like actually right after I came out of seeing Hot Tub Time Machine, and after using one of the bathroom stalls, I just saw this 5-year-old kid attempt to go in my stall while I was doing my business, and it was one of those things where I tried to get the kid to leave, and like I didn't say anything. I was afraid to talk, so I just kept doing this, and kids don't understand what this means.
Yeah, they don't understand magic.
So I was just petrified, and like my whole life was just flashing before my eyes. And luckily, the dad swooped in action and pulled this kid out. But yeah, that's
Oh
what
my
happened.
God.
Yeah, and I've known Eric since I was 7. So
Oh,
like this story could have come up at any time.
Yeah.
It just happened to happen when we were stuck at home and could write a movie.
oh my God. So yeah, and you'd never heard of it since and until that moment.
No,
Yeah.
it's good that he kept it to himself because if he told me like when I was young, like like I was in college or something, what would I do with that? I'd make fun of him and move on.
It was one of those things where it happened, I forgot about it, and then a decade later, I was like, "Oh yeah, this happened."
Oh my God, that's so strange. So
Yeah.
how did Langston Fishburne come into the project?
Langston's been one of my best friends for like 15 years.
Nice.
Um, he's been my dirtbag drinking buddy, and now he's my regular adult, slightly less dirtbag drinking buddy. Like, and I write him into everything I can. We used to do like in New York during we used to me and a few friends hosted a stand-up show and we'd do sketches with Langston when we could. I used to work for a new media sketch company, and I'd try to write him into things and convince him to fly out to do sketches for scale. It never worked, but this was like like he had an opening, and it just all kind of fell together because we loved working with him. He's a weird Martian man, but he's like wildly talented, and you believe him. He's like very empathetic.
Okay. Was that a visual reference to the Matrix in one of the shots? The
Wow.
Which shot are you talking about?
it's a tight shot on Langston's face.
I
Where
want
he's having the panic attack.
I want to say
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
definitely had that before he was casted.
Honestly, no.
Yeah,
I was like, are they? Anyway, so my next question is, where in the hell did you find that kid?
Oh my god. So he was the first child actor that submitted to us via casting networks, and I was very nervous about working with child actors because I've never worked with a child actor before. So I talked about it with the kid's parents, and they loved the script, and that's why they wanted to work with him. So when I first auditioned him, he was just perfect. He took direction really well,
and then it was just like a cascading scale of awful after him. Like, holy moly! Like, stop smiling, stop smiling, stop laughing. Like, even in a cold read, and he was easily the most professional person on set.
yeah, definitely.
Like, there was one time where like an extra farted, and like I laughed, he laughed, Langston laughed, and Asher like turned to us like as if to say like what the fuck? Like, come on, you're burning daylight. Like he was so much more mature than us. It was so shamey.
Well, yeah, but you guys were the guys making a movie about a stall. So
we were toilet people.
Yeah, well, there you go. Toilet humor, basically, is what it is.
Literally.
So have you guys submitted to any other festivals?
Yeah, we've gotten in. We're not allowed to say where yet. Like it hasn't been announced, but yes, we have, and we submitted to a few other places waiting to hear from. But yes, we have good things coming up. This isn't the only festival we'll be at this year.
Excellent. So there are going to be other opportunities for people to see this really twisted, fun little movie. So, any plans? Any plans to make it into a feature?
I don't think it makes any earthly sense to.
Yeah, I think when we talked about it early on, we thought like this just works as a standalone short.
Yeah, because like it was more of an like we wanted to distill it down to like exploring an emotion and like really taking that microcosm of anxiety and like irrationality that comes out of it and just kind of blowing that out. And that's the movie. Like there's no way that like there's no version of this where Langston walks outside and fights crime. Like there's nothing where like I don't know how this movie builds out to something meaningful. I think it's an emotional kind of short movie.
Yeah, and a movie that kind of goes, okay, what if,
Yeah.
Oh,
this could be a Marvel what if.
Definitely good. So what's next for you guys after this one? Do you have anything in the works?
We have something together we're working on that we're pitching around that we obviously can't talk about that much, and that's a feature for us.
Okay.
And it's a dark comedy as well. It's more actiony than this one is. The main character stands up more than once, and so just like it'll be nice range for us. But yeah, and let's see. I have a TV series right now that I'm working on with my writing partner outside of Eric, Woody McLean, and that's right now going, and we're moving on with that. And I can't really talk about a lot just because it's happened kind of soon, but like recently. But like I have a cartoon that I just got commissioned to write the pilot for. Not my IP this time though.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Where are you guys centered out of?
New York, LA.
New York, LA.
Well, from New York though.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm out in LA. So well, killer. You guys, honestly, yeah, I definitely had the awkward feelings, but it was hysterical to see the different variations of what could possibly like happen. You mentioned the things that were perhaps out of budget. Can you expound on that or no?
Sure.
There was one scene that we had written that involved crawling into a vent.
Oh, the Die Hard scene. Yeah.
Like he tries to escape from the vent. So instead of that pipe scene, he crawled up into a vent and fell into another stall where another child was in there. And he gets his ass.
But then we need another child. It was so much like logistical because like Asher was SAG, so like it was like we didn't need another deal with that again. Also, like we had a prison cafeteria scene.
Oh my god!
Where because Langston was convicted sexual predator, like he didn't get to eat the regular food, and he had to go to like a dirtier subsection of the prison cafeteria where he got his food. And like, you know, like these were all big. There's more than that. Like there was a stadium where he had to sit in the creepy section of like to watch a basketball game. Like, you know, like bank loans and stuff. Like we had a bunch of we really like
Yeah.
it was close to 30 when we ended it. Of like now we have to pick what works and what makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was fun. And
Yeah.
initially we wanted to shoot way more than we could afford and be like, if it doesn't work, we can just cut it out because it's so blockable and like it's formatted where we can just take the best. And I'm like, oh, currency. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, definitely.
In nature, this script was more goofy, but as we continue to,
yeah, it became much more of a thriller
yeah,
because we didn't have the budget to make it not that way. And it worked out for the best.
No, it definitely plays into it. It
Yeah.
definitely leans into the like what, you know. So how has SLAMDANCE been for you? I mean, it just came out today.
Yeah,
Today, so
it's been great.
yeah.
And
Like people keep coming up to us. Everyone's so nice.
yeah,
yeah,
I'm
SLAMDANCE is
amazed
cool.
by how well it was received. It meant a lot to me.
Very good, very good. Well, I'm glad, you know, definitely SLAMDANCE was the right place for that. And I hope to chat with you guys again when you hit another festival. And best of luck on this short. It was phenomenal and awkward, and I felt every human emotion. So
Thank you so much.
Makes me really happy to hear.
That
Thanks,
means a
man.
lot.
all right, best of luck, guys, and I can't wait to talk to you again.